Hello, this is Mike at Travelin's RV Center here to congratulate you on your Jayflight SLX 298BH travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it and show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite and a couple of things to think about when you're parking. On your campsite, I want you to leave plenty of room for that awning. On your off campsite, I just want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power cord's going to come out just above your tires, and then your water connection docking station for campsites is right next to that. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once we arrive, unhook our hitch and level our unit. This hand crank to the right will bring it up, to the left will bring it down. Your unit door is right about the middle, so maybe throw a level inside there, a short level, and then crank this up and down until it's level. Once it is level, next thing we'll do is stabilize it. Now I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris, keep them from sinking into the hot blacktop in the summer. Grab your hand crank or a 3/4 inch socket and run these down just until they're taut. Remember, our unit's already level, we just want to stabilize it. So once we're down and we've got some resistance and it feels like it's going to lift the unit, go ahead and stop. Get all 4 of those down, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. Make sure you don't level, stable. We can hook up our power and water. So you got this big long 30 amp cord, actually stores inside your unit. You just pull it out from inside. At the end of the 30 amp, if you need to plug into a 110 in your convenience pack, will be a 30 to 15 amp reducer. Just put that on the end, you can plug it into a 110. Got your power hooked up. Next thing we'll hook up is our water. Now campsites, you're going to hook up to city water connection. First, grab your water pressure regulator. The one that's going to come in your convenience pack is going to put it at about 45, between 40 and 50 psi. You don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites, so always use these. Hook that up, hook up your hose. But don't turn on your hose yet. Let's find your hot water heater. Yours is located on the rear of the unit. And all we're doing at this point, before we turn the water on, is make sure our drain plug's back in there. Throw some plumber's tape around that, not putty. Putty will gum up on you after time. But put that drain plug in there. Then you can go ahead and turn that water on. Otherwise, this is going to drain out of there. So go ahead and turn that water on. Now we're going to go inside and open up our sinks, our showers. Get all the air going through the lines. Get a nice steady flow of water. Shut them off and you are all set to camp. Now let's say we're going to go dry camping. Boondocking is what we call it. In that case, we're going to fill up our freshwater tank. No need for a water pressure regulator here. You can just gravity fill this with a hose. 2 ways to tell it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here. Or 2 on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks. There's also a freshwater button. Don't leave this unattended while you're filling it. Once it's full, put that cap on there. And then whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump indoors. Don't turn on your water pump and hook to city water. That is already pressurized. All right, we're all set to camp. We got power and water. I'm going to walk you around the unit. Starting here on the off camp side. With your big pass-through storage, here's the water hose we give you. Our other stabilizer. Where your freshwater tank is your freshwater drain. Here's your city water connection again. Your power cord stores in there. Here's a vent for your hood range indoors. Access to the back of your fridge. Flue for your furnace. 2 things on that. 1, make sure it's never blocked. 2, if you are running your furnace, steer clear of it. It says hot 4 times for a reason. And lastly, we sell bug guards for those. Get a bug guard for those. They're a good investment. Mud wasps like to go up inside those. You got an outdoor shower here. Your low point drains. Black and gray tanks, we'll talk about those when we leave the campsite. Just know if you are hooking up to a full dump, you'll go ahead and hook up your hose and keep all of your lines closed. Never just hook up to a a full dump site and leave your hose undone. You're going to want to have that closed, fill up your tank quite a ways so you've got pressure when you do dump that. Cable satellite here for spare tire has a cover. Recommend leaving that on there. That protects it from dry rot in the sun. You're prepped for a backup camera. Again, your hot water heater is here. On and over here above your outdoor kitchen area. Access to your hot water heater to bypass for winterizing. Pull this out for a cool griddle and sink area. Quick connect LP right there for that griddle. Coming down your campsite, this is where you're prepped for a TV to snap onto. A couple of 110s here and cable in case you do want to put a TV outside. The other side of your pass-through storage. A foot for your tongue up here. Your propane is on a regulator, just lefty-loosey to open. Point it toward the tank you wish to be using. Check your battery post every now and then, make sure nothing's wiggled loose over time. So it covers everything out here. Let's go check out the inside. Alright, coming up beside the unit, first thing I always like to point out is the fire extinguisher. Make sure everyone that's camping with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Coming to my left as I come in is going to be my lighting. It's going to be my awning lights and my interior lights. My awning control. On your awning. In and out. When you run this out, you only want to run that out until that flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see that silver bar. If you were to hold that down, that will continue to run itself out, flip up onto itself, or run itself up onto itself backwards. If all that makes sense. So just run it out that far at the most. I'm not a fan of leaving awnings out in the rain, even sprinkles. Rain usually means high winds. High winds are the enemy of awnings. So take care of your awning. Your awning will take care of you when you need some nice shade from the sunlight. As I bring that in. Turn and look in here, right up on the ceiling is going to be my smoke alarm and my antenna. You crank that up to the right when you get the campsite, to the left when traveling. My awning in. I'll tell you, these doors work best when gently slammed. Alright, continuing in, we got some 110s here. Let's go straight across over here to our 110 with our GFCI reset and our control panel. Here's where you turn on your hot water heater. Here's where you turn on your water pump to get to your freshwater tank. Here's where you check the levels of your battery, fresh, black, and gray tanks. Freshwater buttons when you hold down when filling up your potable water. A lot of individual lighting in here. We got our self-explanatory microwave. Turn it on here. Stop. A light and fan above your cooktop here. So you will press that in and hit this spark. You may, when you first get to the campsite, have to bleed your lines for a minute. Just start with one, turn it on, keep hitting your spark until you get that first one lit. Same thing on the oven. Turn this to pilot. Use your spark. Once you see your pilot light, go ahead and turn it to your desired temperature. Down below your oven is going to be your breaker box and fuses. You got quite a variety there. 3 15s, you got 2 20s, a 30, and a 40. So grab yourself a variety pack. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. The fridge controls. Auto means when you're plugged in, you're running off electricity. As soon as you unplug, you're on gas. If you're out dry camping, just turn it over to gas. If that light starts flashing, your gas is low. Here's your temperature settings, 5 being the coldest. Over here to our thermostat. really 3 settings on here. There's a fan, cool, and furnace. So I'm going to go straight to cool. Let this AC kick on. Show you this also has a quick dump. When you first arrive at the campsite, if it's smoking hot in here, open this up and it starts circulating the cold air, so that when it does get cool in here, you close these and it blasts more cold air through here. Also remember, these are adjustable. No, these ones aren't, but most of them you can turn to wherever you're at, but that's down toward the couch, so you're good. You notice when I shut the AC off, I just cycle around to off. Normally those shut off rather quickly. While we're waiting on it, tell your table will lift up off here. Remove those legs, put your tabletop on this lip here, and flat cushions on top gives you another sleeping quarters. Alright, AC shut off. Now I'm going to go to heat. Let's crank up to 90. Here's your heat return, especially where it goes. But you will notice when I shut the heat off, I went to off. Generally those take about 2 to 3 minutes for that fan to cycle through. Alright, continuing in our bunk areas, our lighting's all up here. You do have storage under this bunk. Lighting back there as well. Plumbing, let's talk plumbing. You're bouncing the house down the road. Almost all these are PEX now, really easy to maintain. All I ask is every now and then, after a road trip, reach in here, make sure no water's leaking. I mean, things are pretty secure here. But if you travel a lot in this and you bounce it up and down the road, things can wiggle loose. You just want to make sure no water's starting to drip. Coming in our bathroom here, you've got a hand crank open exhaust vent here. Here's our lighting. When you arrive at the campsite and get hooked up to water, put several gallons of water into your black tank. So flush this several times, put some water in there before you put solids in there. Your black tank will thank you later. Out of our bathroom. Our sink area. Lighting's here for that. Head on out. Our little sofa here with jackknife. Lift that up, storage there. Jackknife down to a cool little bed. Back up. These arms all removed. See, that just now shut off. Again, antenna to the left for travel, to the right when you get there. Here's your TV mount. Sound system, AM, FM, Bluetooth, dual zone, indoors and out. Or both. AM, FM, auxiliary, and Bluetooth. Hold that in, shut it off. Goodbye. In our bedroom, storage under the bed, held up by hydraulics. Note that storage area is accessible from your outdoor storage, so keep those locked so no one can get into your unit. Another mount for the TV, and individual lighting in here. Lastly, your carbon monoxide detector. There it is. Carbon monoxide propane detector right there. And I think that about covers everything in here. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. I start by shutting my main lights off. Now I know any other lights that are on are individual lights I need to walk through and shut off. Then come back, turn on my main lights again. Look around and say doors and drawers. Just make sure all your doors and drawers are closed. Everything is secure for travel. Vent in the bathroom is closed. And exit the unit. Before you leave the dump station, because you're going to want to get in here and check your tanks as you're leaving, lock, deadbolt, pull this up, and tuck in. That's how you want that to travel. Alright, if we are dry camping, we're going to bring up our stabilizing jacks, come around underneath our freshwater tank, open up that freshwater drain. Where are we at? Here it is. Open up that drain, and then head on home or the nearest dump station, whatever we're in need of. If we're at a campsite, we'll unhook our power, our water, our cable, bring up our stabilizing jacks, hook up our hitch, and head on up to the dump station. I'm going to hook that and show you that the power cord will literally just push right up inside here, and it'll all store inside. At the dump station, park. Your dump is almost at the rear of the unit on the driver's side of your tow vehicle. You got a 10-foot hose, comes with your convenience pack. Hook that up, put the other end in the sewage dump, and pull your black handle. This will be the one on the right. Once it sounds like that's no longer draining, go inside, check the level of your black tank, come back out here, close that, and pull your gray tank. That's cleaner water, your sinks and your showers. Normally while those are draining, I'll go ahead and dump my low point drains. When that gray is done, that's going to clean your sewage hose out for you. Close that handle, and then conveniently and sanitarily store it right here in your bumper and head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Jayflight for many years to come. Happy camping.